Hello and welcome to day one of the 10-day Brain Health Kickstart Challenge. I am delighted you are here. I'm so grateful you're trusting in me over the next 10 days to help with your brain health. But also I think you should be really proud of yourself for investing in your own health and in particular your own brain health. So I have my notes in front of me here. I will be looking down occasionally because I don't want to miss anything. So bear with me if I do occasionally look down. I want to make sure that I include everything that I've written in my notes for you. So as I say, we're going to do something very special over this next 10 days. And actually it's something that a lot of people never do in their entire life. And that is we're going to start paying attention to our brain. Now I know it sounds crazy when I say that, but just bear with me on this one because here's the thing. Your brain is the most extraordinary thing that you possess. It is basically your command center. Everything that you do, every action you take, every thought you have or have ever had, everything you've ever done or everything that you want to do, it's all stored inside here, this incredible organ that's behind your eyes and between your ears. And your brain is you. It's you. It contains all your emotions. It is you. But most of us take it completely for granted. We worry about our weight. We worry about what our hair's like. We worry about what our skin's like, what we're wearing, but very few of us ever think about what's actually happening to our brain. We just expect it to work, don't we? Until it doesn't. And there is absolutely no judgment here at all if that's you. We just take our brain for granted until we start to walk into rooms and we can't remember why we're there. Or we know we put our keys down somewhere, but we can't remember where we've put them. Or maybe we're in a meeting and we can't remember the name of the person sat opposite who has just been introduced to us. And that's quite scary, isn't it, if your brain is starting to feel like this? Or if just generally you feel like your brain is a little bit overwhelmed and you're feeling foggy a lot of the time, or your brain is maybe working in the opposite direction. It's doing too much, it's overthinking too much, and you want something just to bring a bit of calm to your brain. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next 10 days. And that feeling of our brain not working properly, of us suddenly becoming very conscious of it, I know that feeling very well because I've experienced it myself. And I saw what happened to my dad, who, as some of you may know, my dad passed from Alzheimer's disease in 2020 following a very, very long and tragic battle with the disease. And I saw what happens to someone when their brain starts to decline over the years. And it's horrible. And I made myself a promise that that's not going to be me, that I'm going to keep my cognitive strength, my cognitive abilities. Because this is what most people don't know. Most of our cognitive decline is preventable. Even the brain fog that we so often feel, we can do things to help ourselves get rid of some of that. But most people don't know that. Most women are just told, oh, you just need to do more crosswords, eat more blueberries. But that's not the case. We need a strategy. We need a plan. We need to understand what our brains actually need in order to thrive. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing over these next 10 days. I'm going to introduce all these concepts to you very gradually. They're going to be very simple. As you know from when you signed up, this is 10-15 minute maximum video every day. So it's just a little nugget to help you start looking after your brain health better. But before we dive into all of that, before we start to talk about stress and sleep and nutrition and movement and connection, all the things that are part of my 5S program for brain health, there is something more fundamental that we need to do first. And this is where we're going to start today. We need to start loving our brains. Now, you probably think I've gone a bit crazy when you hear me say that, but I really mean this, and I really mean loving them, thinking about them, being grateful for them, because you can't protect something that you don't value, and you can't care for something that you're not aware of. So right now, I want you to do something with me. I want you to put your hand on your head. Hands on your head, just like that. Go on, even if someone's watching, just put your hands on your head. So underneath your hands is your skull. And underneath your skull is 3 pounds of the most complex matter pretty much known in the universe. Your brain contains 86 billion neurons. You can take your hands off your head now if you've still got your hands there. You can take them off now. 86 billion neurons. Now that's kind of a number that we can't even imagine, can we? 86 billion. And each of those neurons has thousands of other connections with other neurons in the brain. So possibly your brain has more connections than there are stars in the Milky Way. Just think about that, all these connections. And your brain, is working right now. So as you are hearing me say this, as you are watching me do this video for you, your brain is working. It's processing the language that it's hearing. It's processing the images that it's seeing. At the same time, it's keeping your breathing going. It's keeping your heart going. It's digesting maybe what you had for food today. So it's doing all these things all at the same time, fighting infections, balancing your hormones. And here's the truly miraculous part of it. Your brain does all of this without you even having to think about it. Your brain keeps you alive every single second of every single day. It's never stopped, never taken a day off. There may be days when you feel it's not working quite as well, but it's never actually stopped. And when was the last time you thanked it? When was the last time you even thought about it? For most of us, and no judgment here at all, this was me for many, many years, we've never thought about it. We have never thought about our brain as such. We've thought about it maybe if it's not working as well as we want it to, but we've never really thought about our brain. We've just taken it completely for granted until something's gone wrong, which is maybe why you've joined me on this challenge. But here's what I want you to understand. Your brain isn't a machine. It's a living, breathing, constantly changing organ. Something we're going to be talking about later on is how your brain changes over time. And like every other organ in your body, it needs certain things in order to survive properly, in order to stay strong, and for it to be functioning at its best. So over the next 10 days, I'm going to be sharing with you what those things are and how you can introduce them very slowly and very gently into your everyday life. And we're going to be looking at mainly 5 areas. Stress, I call these my 5S. So stress, sleep, sugar, strength, and social connection. Those are the big 5 for our brain health. But today, day 1 is not really about any of those. It's much, much more simple. I'm starting this whole challenge off very simply for you. Today is just about awareness. It's about awareness of what is happening underneath our skull, behind our eyes and between our ears. What is actually happening? What's going on there? It's about starting to develop a relationship with your brain, which I know sounds very weird, but you need to be able to love your brain and be thankful for your brain in order for us to move forward. So here is your challenge for today. Throughout today, I want you to catch certain moments and I want you to think to yourself or say to yourself, that's my brain doing that. Whether it's solving a problem, that's my brain doing that. When you feel excitement, joy, fear, that's your brain doing that. When you move your body, when you have a conversation, even the fact you are listening to me now, that's your brain doing that. And I want you to be really grateful for it. So either say it out loud, thank you brain, or say, if it's not appropriate for you to say it out loud, say it to yourself. Oh, thank you. Thank you for working so hard for me every single day. And I know at the moment you might not feel it's working at its best, and that's absolutely fine. That's what I'm here to help you with over these next 10 days. But let's start by thanking it for what it does every single day. And I know this might sound silly, and I know it might sound crazy to talk to your own head, but this really is the start. And there is lots of science around this. So this isn't just something that I've made up. There's a lot of science around this. And I've been working for years with people in their health journey. And I know for sure how you value yourself, how you value your body. It's really, really powerful in your health journey. So the moment you start paying attention to your brain, the moment you start caring about it, honestly, everything changes. That glass of water that you're having, that's hydrating your brain. That walk that you take, That's helping you grow new brain cells, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that when we come to our movement section later on. That good night's sleep, your brain is being spring cleaned overnight. When you love your brain, when you value it, when you're so grateful for it, that's when the magic starts. So be really grateful for it. Notice what it does for you every day. You may want to write some of these things down. That's fine. If you have a journal, write things down. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about one of the biggest threats to your brain health, which is stress. What it's actually doing to your brain at a physical level. But before we can tackle stress, before we can optimize anything, we have to start here with awareness, with gratitude, and with love. Your brain has been taking care of you your entire life. Now it's time for us to give a bit of gratitude back. So I will see you back here tomorrow for day 2.